to the weather report. Today we're going to talk about vocations to the priesthood. Now, you may be familiar with the story of Ireland. The entire country of Ireland in the year of 2020 ordained a single priest to the priesthood. I don't know how many people live in Ireland, but
millions.
That's pretty pathetic.
That's bad.
And that kind of made me think about the Archdiocese of New York, which ordained one diocesan priest this year, and I think 2 Franciscans. And I looked up some of the other statistics here. Now, Catholic News Agency had a report about the 2020 ordination class and how it dropped from the previous year's class. And it was, for 2020, it was 448 ordinations. And the high point was in 2015 at 595. So that's over 100, 150 since then. 150 decrease in ordinations, which is significant. And I think, in my opinion, the ordinations in 2015 were a reflection on Summorum Pontificum in 2007, but I don't know, who knows. But anyway, I looked at other diocesan ordinations. This year for LA, they ordained 8 priests. They have 302 parishes. The Archdiocese of Chicago ordained 7 priests, and they have 316 parishes. And the FSSP ordained 5, and they have 54 parishes in the United States. So, what did these numbers suggest, Brett?
Well, they suggest a convergence in the future. A convergence where the Novus Ordo ordinations are going down and the traditional Latin Mass ones are going up, and there'll be a crossover point. And, I mean, that's what the numbers tell us. Other than that, who's to say? All we know is that the Latin Mass attendance seems to be rising, and the Novus Ordo attendance is definitely falling. So it's not just the ordinations, it's also the attendance by the laity.
And that's not even taking into consideration the number of diocesan ordinations for those priests who want to say the Latin Mass in their diocese as a diocesan Latin Mass. So that's, there are a lot of traditional seminarians, and there's a big wave coming, and I guess I shouldn't use that term because it's get on board the train early. That's what we're telling you. This is tomorrow's news today. The Novus Ordo Church is shrinking and going away, and the traditional church is rising from the ashes. Is how shall we say, being resurrected? Just to use a phrase. Yeah, and I guess moving on to the next news item, Archbishop Alan Vigneron of Detroit recently had to clarify something. He had to come out and say, hey, there is a priest in this diocese who was baptized invalidly in this diocese. And so that means that priest did not receive a valid confirmation, did not receive a valid ordination, and all of his masses were invalid.
And
he said,
and all the confessions that he heard were unforgiven.
And I mean, for me, I've been Novus Ordo almost my whole life, and I don't know about you, Brett.
Yes, I was raised in the Novus Ordo Church.
So, I don't know. Is my baptism even valid? I don't have a video.
Well, that's true.
So I don't know.
Your parents were there. Ask them.
I did, and they don't really seem to remember very well. And they have videos of my siblings, which I was like, oh man. But back when I was born, the video cameras were a little more expensive, so whatever. But I don't know. It's really concerning, and so you're like, okay, it's going to lead a lot of people to question. Now, when you go to a Novus Ordo Mass, it's probably going to be valid unless there's something that's really out of whack in there. But for me, it's I think a lot of people are going to end up, and they're going to start questioning, okay, was my baptism valid? Is the Mass I go to valid?
We witnessed one last week. Just saying. We witnessed an actual baptism last week. So.
Oh, because someone found out that they weren't validly baptized.
Exactly. So they had to receive, their first communion. They had to receive their confirmation. Yes, they had to do all that.
So I don't know. I think there's a potential for people to get very scrupulous, but there's also people. This is a mainstream bishop Like Vigneron has a pretty high position in the church.
He's number 2 in the USCCB.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and he's saying, oh well, okay. So this permanent deacon, he called him a permanent deacon.
He was.
This married deacon. Probably invalidly baptized everyone that he baptized.
Oh, they're contacting people now. Yes, they're saying, remember that baptism? You don't remember. You were there, but you don't remember, and we just need to do it again. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and you need the sacrament of confirmation as well.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a big. No doubt they'll have a big hootenanny about it, except for COVID-19. But
Yeah, with that being shut down, so I don't know. The future of the Novus Ordo, it just really, like. I've been talking about it ever since COVID, and man, it really doesn't look very promising.
It doesn't, but you can always go to a Latin Mass.
Yeah, and we'll welcome you here, and
or wherever you are, and God will be pleased to if you attend any Mass. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just a member of the laity. I got nothing to say authoritative here, but
we are the laity. We will not be silent.
Yeah.
Attend the
even
Latin
if you
Mass.
wish. Even if you wish we would. Yes, attend the Latin Mass. Why don't you?
And thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.